guys, today I'm actually going to share with you this technique that has helped me when overcoming grief, anxiety, distress, and even just physical pain. Sometimes some people, when they're feeling emotional or when they experience loss or when they experience anxiety and they're worried, they become very overwhelmed with school or other aspects of their lives, we tend to hold that within our bodies. We tend to hold that onto those emotions, and sometimes we suppress them, and they can show up in our lives as physical pain. I know for me, when I experience grief, I tend to feel physical pain, even though some of us may come to that awareness and acknowledgement, that mental acknowledgement, that we know that these are just thoughts that we have, and sometimes the energy behind it can still show up in our bodies as pain and in other ways as well. So in this exercise, we're gonna plant both feet onto the ground so you can feel like a tree. So just feel your body, your presence, and then you're gonna take a moment and you're gonna close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just bring that awareness to your body. Where are you feeling this anxiety? Where are you feeling this grief, this distress? Some people may feel it in their chest, some people may feel it on their shoulders, some people may feel it on their throat, and others may feel it on their stomach. It varies. Once you have brought your awareness to where you're holding some of those backed up emotions, grief, anxiety, as you close your eyes again, just imagine that your hands have these white bubbles of light. It's like white bubbles of light. And you're gonna place your hands where you feel that pain or that emotion, right? And as you place your hands on that area of your body, you're going to apply a slight gentle pressure. And as you apply a gentle pressure, you're gonna inhale. And as you inhale, just imagine your body absorbing that white light. And as you exhale, imagine that grief, that emotional distress just being pulled away. And you can just imagine it going into like this balloon, and as you inhale, just visualize that white light being absorbed into your body. As you exhale, just imagine that emotion just going inside that balloon. And you can do this for as long as you need to, and you can even, after some time, you can place your hands on another area of your body where you may feel emotion or pain. As you exhale, just visualize it going to a balloon or like a rose that's attached to the ground. And when you're done, just imagine that balloon or that rose that you visualize that's absorbing that grief and negative energy. Just imagine it popping and dissolving into thin air. It's gone, right? Now that this exercise has personally helped me, I actually used to have a lot of panic attacks and a lot of anxiety growing up, especially in high school. And the more I started doing this, the more I noticed how tamed my anxiety became. Anxiety levels have decreased over time, and this just helps even with processing grief, loss, anxiety, stress, physical pain. Why does this work? Well, here's two things. Number one, even if it's just placebo effect, for me, having this visualization technique helps me, and if it works, then it works. I know we're processing emotions, we're trying to overcome either just stressful thoughts, feelings, and how that shows up in our bodies and lives and patterns and behaviors. And if this works when it comes to healing those emotions, then why not? Why not try? Why not give it a try? Works, then it works. Placebo goes a long way. But here's the thing, why does this work, right? So if we look at this on a psychological level, right? So when babies are born, something that's very significant is their mother's touch, right? Why is that significant? Mother's touch, it's actually a form of nurturing, right? And even when we hug other people, we produce serotonin, oxytocin, and that slight pressure that you apply on your chest or on your other, like your shoulder or your belly, it almost replicates that feeling of a hug, right? This feels like you're hugging yourself. It feels like you're hugging yourself. We're bringing in nurture, because attention is a form of nurture. And that's why when you hear babies, that's why babies are constantly crying, because they're constantly yearning for attention, and attention is a form of nurture. And when you bring that attention and awareness to your wellness, to where you're holding in trapped emotions, that's a form of nurture. There was a study that was conducted where the more touch and the more nurture that a baby received at a young age, so as soon as they're born, the more touch that they receive from their mom, that actually helps them with their cognition. So it helps them with their cognitive development. Whereas the babies that didn't have as much motherly touch and affection, as they grew up, had actually more symptoms of anxiety and depression. And this, to this day, even as adults, it affects us. It is very significant in our lives. And I know even if you do this exercise, you may not feel a difference afterwards, and that's definitely okay. I know for me, it took me some time to really start noticing a difference. There were moments where I even just had to bring the awareness where, as I was doing this exercise, I actually didn't feel that grief or that emotion, that pent-up emotion, for as little as 1 second. And I had to take a moment to acknowledge that and congratulate that. Celebrate that, have that mental acknowledgement. Yes, you, for at least 1 second, you felt that grief or that pent-up emotion be released. And the more I noticed I started doing this exercise, that 1 second turned to 2 seconds, to 3 seconds, to 5, to 10. And pretty soon, when I would be done doing this exercise, I would feel my emotions and that physical pain of emotion that I was storing in my body decrease. And in some cases, I feel completely revitalized and rejuvenated. And it takes time, it takes practice. And of course, I know some people may experience emotions. We may experience waves of grief or even just waves of anxiety. And it comes and goes. This is something that has helped me, and I want to share with everyone else. I hope that this exercise and video was helpful for you guys. Feel free to share this with your friends, family, or anyone who may need it, who may be experiencing some grief or loss or anxiety or just any emotional distress. I would love to hear your experience, if you notice any difference after doing this, and if not, then it's okay. Again, this is your journey is as personal as you make it, and lots of love and positivity.